3 words and a load of numbers, that's going to be pretty hard to crack, is that? So steal the KeyPass password, you could, but it's very hard. Very hard. I mean, you can store the KeyPass file on a USB drive, so you could just fire in the USB drive if you want it to be really secure. Just do the, like, when you wanted you have to have the USB drive plugged in. That's one way of doing it. Very, very secure. See, the KeyPass file's only on the USB drive. But I don't think you need to go that far. As long as you've got, like, a good fucking strong original password, it's fucking great. And like I say, the beauty is, even if one site gets I've never had it since I've been using KeyPass. I ain't had fucking a site compromised in ages, but, you know, one site gets compromised. One site gets compromised. It doesn't matter. No worries, you don't have to run through like 40 sites changing your password because they've all got the rough same gist of name. It's a good, like I say, it's a good program and a good way of going about things, dude. You think, oh, I've only got like 10 passwords. You'd be surprised how many different accounts you'll have. I bet you 10 you've got more than 10. See, look, even Church recommends KeyPass. It's good. It's good shit. Very good shit. What was I going to say now, though? Oh, yeah, so sorry. In a nutshell, like I say, dudes, you want to give one of these, like, password manager programs a try. If you don't use one, I seriously don't know how I got by for so many years without one. It makes a huge difference. Like, just out of... Like, how many entries have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like fucking... I must have like 60... 70... About 75 entries. 75 entries in my KeyPass. Now, not all of them are password ones, but only about 7 or 8 of them are non-password ones. The rest of them are stuff like... You know, like to your router. Stuff like to your router... To your fucking antivirus, to all your bill payments, to your fucking shopping, Amazon, eBay, fucking everything. I've got like a million game sites like Steam and Desta and Green Man Gaming, Battle.net. You fucking name it, it's in there. It's fucking in there. So very recommended program, dudes. Very recommended program. Anyway, to get back onto what I was originally saying, that was quite the deviation there, but still... It was worthwhile one. I've been meaning to tell folk about KeyPass for a while. Very recommended, very recommended. Anyway, How I Met Claire. Yes, sorry, I was going about that. No, that's the reason why I fucking fired up that to begin with. God, I closed it. Right, here we go. Right, reminders. I've got... See, this is great as well. In case you forget when your anniversary and shit is, here we go. The 2nd of the 7th, 08. So... 08, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 6 years this year I've known Claire. Yeah? Yeah, 6 years. No, not 5.5 years at the moment. But it's coming up. It's coming up to about fucking almost 6 years. In another 3 months. Yeah, just under 3 months. I'll have known Claire 6 years. 6 years. Which isn't much less time than I've actually been on YouTube. I've only been on YouTube for 7.5 years, and I've known Claire for almost 6 years. So I'd only been on YouTube for about 1.5 years before I met Claire. Like, the shoutbox was fairly new. Like, on my website, well, not my website anymore, it's Helga's and Tumble's website, but they run it for me, kind of. It's their site, but obviously it's, you know, done for me. And this was back in the days when I was running it, though. Years and years back. And the shoutbox was pretty much in its first revision of the shoutbox on that site. So, in case you don't know, dudes, it's like a shoutbox on the website. It's not actually meant for what we used it for. It's just meant to kind of like, you go to a website, you type in a fucking, oh, you're great, or I hate your shit, you suck, or whatever. And you press return, and there you go. It's almost like a little message sort of thing. But we used it as like a chat box. You know, actually talked on there to each other. Which wasn't what it was meant for, but that's what we used it for. And like I said, there was a shout box on the website, and Claire swung by. Claire used to watch my Warcraft videos. She started watching my videos via Warcraft. She played a lot of Warcraft. And she watched Warcraft videos. Then she started to watch me playthroughs, like Resident Evil 1 and shit like that. She started watching me playthroughs. One random day, just went, oh, I'll go see his website and stuff like that. Saw me on the website shoutbox talking away, and thought, oh, well, I'll talk to Liam, you know, why not? So he started talking to me and stuff like that, and we just kind of hit it off. First thing we kind of did was, I want to be the guy. You know the dragon bit in I want to be the guy? We had like a little race to see who could do it first and stuff like that, and we just started talking more and more, and closer, and there we go. About 2 months later, I'm not even exaggerating, about 2 months, maybe 3 at the most, after meeting her first, about 2.5 or so months later, she moved in. Oh, here we go. No, here we go. It was less than that. Holy shit. Right, here, I've got the exact date. I've got the exact dates here, dudes. Exact dates. On the 2nd of the 7th, 08, is when I first met Claire. On the 24th of the 8th, 08, is when she moved in. So it was barely a month and a half after meeting her. Oh, no, what? A month and 3 weeks. A month and 3 weeks after meeting her, I moved her in, up here. Moved her from London up to here, up north. Month and 3/4, that's pretty fucking fast moving, is that? Yeah, you move pretty quickly, OTG. Yeah, it was quick. It was pretty fucking quick. How did you convince her to move in, Liam? It wasn't actually, it didn't take much convincing. I was living by myself, my housemate had moved out about 1.5 years, 2 years ago before then. My housemate had moved out, he went over to America. And so it was just me. And, I mean, I was seeing Claire at the time and stuff like that, and I think I just flirted randomly. It's like, you know, if you want to move in up here, I won't complain. You know, no worries, cause, you know, I've got the room. It's just me living in this house. I didn't even have the cats then. So it was just me, so it's like, it's just me, so if you want to move in, Claire, like, you know, change of scenery, you're moving up here and stuff like that, and, you know, we'll have a good laugh and stuff like that. You feel better. Because Claire was very, very ill when I first met her and stuff like that. She felt sick, like nauseous, borderline, like I'm about to throw up. She felt sick all the time. All the time. And so like, well, you know, move up here, you know, we'll have a laugh and stuff like that. I'll take all the pressure off you. You know, I'll sort all the shopping out. I'll sort all the bills out. You know, I'll look after you and stuff like that. Basically, your mission is move up here and have a good time and just chill out. You know, I won't begrudge a bit of housework. But, you know, like, other than that, you know, that's it, you know. She offered. I mean, I didn't say to her, do housework or all that. She said, no, I'll do the housework and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah, no worries then. I'll do everything else. You know, everything else, sorting stuff out, going out and getting shit and, you know, making sure the ship runs smoothly. I'll sort that out. So she's like, yeah, well, okay, then let's go. So, like I say, a month and 3/4 later, she moved up here. And that's the story. That's the story. Met her on the shout box. Month and 3/4 later, moved her up here. And sure enough, she is much better nowadays. Not like 100%, you know, she's still got her bits and bobs and stuff like that. But, you know, she don't feel sick all the time, which is... after being ill for so long this year, I can definitely appreciate how that must feel, not feeling fucking sick all the time. Proper old-fashioned, like. Yeah, I am. I am. Claire's always like, oh, I feel bad because, you know, I don't work and stuff like that and everything else and stuff like that. It's like, Claire, you don't need to. You don't need to work, you know, like, as long as, like, I can sort us out to a decent level and stuff like that, you don't need to work. You know, I'll do that sort of shit. I am old-fashioned when it comes to stuff like that. I don't mind if a lass work. If a lass wants to work, that's fine, but if you don't want to, and just, like, I don't know, wants to be the homemaker, that's fine by me. That's absolutely fine by me. I mean, shit, we'd have had kids by now if I wasn't so funny about kids. It's not like I'm funny about kids. I get on fine with kids. Kids like me. I get on absolutely fine with kids. Kids find me a good laugh. I mean, to be fair, it's not that hard to believe, is it? That effectively a big kid like what I am gets on well with little kids. You know, that's no surprise. That's no surprise. But like I say, it's not so much that I don't get on with kids. It's not that at all. My problem is I don't want kids until I'm sated with life. I don't think you can fully commit to giving yourself to a kid until you've been satisfied yourself with life. And I ain't satisfied yet. It's very selfish of me, I know. I know it's very selfish of me. But when I have kids, I want to give to them 100%. Like, I'm done with me. I feel like I've developed enough as a person, and I feel like I've extracted enough from life. I'm content. Now I've taken enough from life and developed enough, I feel like I can give 100% to this kid. I don't need anything else from me. You know, the kid can have everything from me. I don't need to get more out of life or anything else like that. You know, I'm content. And because I'm content, I can give everything over to this fucking kid or these kids and stuff like that. That's like I say, I don't pretend that that's the right way of going about anything like that. That's just, like I say, that's just my view. That's just my view. So like I say, I don't want kids until I'm completely sated. Not until I'm completely sated. But the thing is, the clock's ticking. The clock's fucking ticking, man. I'm 31. I'll be 32 next year. And Claire does want kids at some point. Like, she don't want to be much more than 30 odd. And she's like, what, 28, 27, 28 now or some shit? It's like, clock's ticking on that one. She would go past 30, I think, into like, you know, maybe like 32, 33, under 35 anyway. So I've got like about 5 years before it's starting to get like, oh, you better start thinking about it. You better start thinking about fucking mini OTG. I would say under the gun, but you know, like, that's already a term, is that? That'd be a crap name. I had a kid and it took under the gun. It's like, you do realise that is just like, not only is that a normal poker term, it defies the entire point behind me calling myself over the gun. Because that was kind of like, not very witty, but still, I tried. And then if you call it under the gun, you're like regressing back that name now. Don't regress the name back. Find something else. Pick your own name. Pick your own fucking handle. Dude, my brother and sister-in-law just had a kid. He's 41. Well, exactly. You don't have to be that old. I've been getting like henpecked. Like, oh, you can't be much more than 35 before you have a kid and stuff like that. It's like, fuck, I thought you could be well older than that before having a kid. Oh, it's alright for a man, you know, like, a man can have a kid, like, whenever and stuff like that, but, you know, for a woman, once you get to, like, 30-odd, 35 and stuff like that, you know, it starts to, like, there's a higher chance of complications and stuff like that. It's like, oh, fuck me. Fuck this kid debate. My dad was 50 when I was born. My dad was pretty fucking old as well when I was born. My dad, I can't remember, I worked it out, like, not long ago. I think my dad would have been 77 or something like that. 70, at least 75 or something like that. It would have been, let's just say 75. My dad had been 75 this year. So he must have been, like, in his late 40s when he had me. Yeah. Yeah, he must have been in his late 40s when he had me. It'd have been late 70s this year. So, yeah, my dad was a really old dad as well. They make for good fucking parents as well. Really do. It is a medical concern when you're over 35. Oh, here we go. No, I didn't even question Claire. Claire told me that, and it's like, well, I assume that's right. You know, I didn't question if it was right or wrong. I was just joking and shit, but yeah, like I say, if that's the case, and like I say, Claire really, really wants kids before 35, oof. Like, I've got about, what, 7 years? I don't know, I think in 7 years. I think it's like 32 next year. I'll be like 35 in a few years' time. I think once I get to like 35, you know, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm too cool for kids. It doesn't seem right. I don't know. There's only room for one kid in this house. I've claimed that. That's mine. I don't know. But like I say, for me personally, I do stand by what I said. For me personally, at least, I don't pretend it's like a good rule of thumb for everybody or anything like that. But, you know, for me personally, I want to be in the right position with money. So, like, I've got plenty of money to, like, you know, get everything fucking bought and paid for a long time. And I want to have the right frame of mind as well. You know, just be in the right place with money and in the right place with my mind. So it's like, you know what, yeah, I'm fucking ready to have, like, a fucking kid. I'm ready to put up with all the bullshit for a few years while they're, like, you know, growing out of screaming all fucking night. And then I'm ready to kind of, like, you know, put some serious fucking dedication and time into this kid. You know, like, seriously tutor this motherfucker. Really teach it. Give it some solid advice and, you know, raise it right and shit like that. I don't feel like, well, you know, I need my own time to do my own thing. It's like, no, I've done my own thing. I've had my own time. And I can still have my own time. But, you know, like, I don't feel like I need my own time all the time now. It feels like I can quite easily throw a lot of time in this kid's direction. You know, that's just me. That's just me. Right place of mind, right place with the money. That's all. That's what I want. You know, when the time's right and when the money's right, yeah, no worries. But like I say, the clock's fucking ticking on that one. I've got like fucking 5 or 6 years or something like that. 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years. Yeah, like Necro with his daughter. I said this to Necro. I said, I am a bit jealous, dude. I am a little bit jealous. That's pretty cool to be able to play games with your daughter and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good shit, is that. So yeah, if I have kids, they're definite fucking... I'll ram it down the throats, man. You'll be careful though, I don't want to put them off, like, but you know, yeah, definitely video games. Biggest problem for, if my kid's a gamer, biggest problem for my kid is me hogging the motherfucking thing. You know, like, oh sweet dad, we got this console for Christmas. Like, yeah, you fucking think you got it for Christmas, but you bloody didn't. I got that for fucking me. You just wait until you're gonna fucking, early bed for you. Early fucking bed. And then it's fucking Liam's time for the new console all night. Santa said you were a good boy, and here's your console, but you can't play it till tomorrow, because you'd be an even gooder boy if you let your dad play it all Christmas Day. That's how it's gonna go. Just like that. Seriously though, OTG, when you have a kid, teach him how to think, school won't do that. Exactly. This is what I'm saying, like some folk just, like, plonk the kids in front of a TV, or send them to school and think, well, that's gonna teach them all, innit? It's like, no, you need to put some time in yourself. You need to put some time in yourself. Any good qualities of mine, I can guarantee stem from my dad teaching me right and, you know, like, actually making an effort over the years. I can guarantee the majority, at the very least, the majority of my good attributes come from him doing that. You know, the good sense of fucking honor and moral code. You know, treating women and kids and... Oh, impressive! Treating women and kids and animals right. And, you know, like, just general good fucking code comes from him. And you don't get taught that in school. You're right, you don't get taught that in school. You get taught that by your parents, or you develop it yourself. And if you get taught it by your parents, it's much faster. And it sticks pretty hard. Impressive! Please don't call your son this, please. Little Liam Jr. No fucking way, man. No way. Please don't call your son this. No, don't worry about that, dude. Thank you very much, dude. And fear not. Fear not. Little Liam Jr. will not happen. Will not happen. I already know the names for a dude. I'll be naming it after my dad. My dad was called William, but he always liked to be called Bill. Not William, Bill. So, if we have me and Claire's already discussed this before many times, like, if we have a kid, and it's a boy, it's called Bill. Bill Martin. A fine name. Wild Bill Martin. That will do nicely. It fucking will be wild if I have... if it's gonna get parented by me and Claire, it will be somewhat wild. William is a good name. William is a good name. Like, I could just call him William, and then it's like, well, you can short it down to Bill if you want, but, you know, not everybody... I don't know how, but not everybody gets, like, the William equals Bill kind of thing. But seriously, I might not even call him William. I might just seriously be just outright Bill. You know? Just call him outright Bill. It's Bill Martin. Yeah, that would be quite funny. That would be a good rotation for the Martin family line as well. Like, my dad was called William and calls me Liam. And then I call my son William. And then he might call his son Liam in, like, honour of me or whatever like that. And it just keeps chaining backwards and forwards between William and Liam like that. That'd be pretty good, actually. Might set that up. My dad started it, but I might carry it on. I think I might carry that on. That would be pretty good. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Like, William and Liam as, like, the different generations just going backwards and forwards and shit like that. That would be pretty good, that. That's a nice idea. That's a very nice idea. I like that. Very good. OTG, you fucking Gaviscon. Oh, wait. It's not so much the Gaviscon. It's the pill that I need to take. Oh my god, it's midnight. I started streaming at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. What time did... I mean, 8 hours. No, it was about 3 o'clock, wasn't it? About 3:30 or something. Oh my god, where's this day gone? It's just gone. Disappeared. Disappeared. Either way, dudes, like I say, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put Metroid up pretty soon. I think I might put Metroid up pretty soon. It might be out of order. You know, like, out of the order that I've done the last... Oh, impressive. Might have been out of the order of the last HTSFs. But I think I'm going to put Metroid up pretty soon. Because it's only a 6-hour odd one, isn't it? I can do that in a couple of parts. So I might... whereas, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 is going into Metal Gear Solid 3. And then it's going into, like, 2 weeks of Dark Souls videos then. So I think I might put Metroid up pretty soon. Did Metroid get finished in one go? It did indeed, sir. It did indeed. I'm probably going to private this video afterwards as well and send it straight up to YouTube. Straight up to YouTube over the next couple of days. So, it'll be on YouTube soon, sir. On YouTube soon. I think, I'm going to do that as my first stream to YouTube. Kind of like mirroring starting. I'm going to start with that. I'll go Metroid for a couple of days and then I'll go Metal Gear Solid 2 for a couple of weeks and then it'll be Dark Souls for a couple of weeks. Impressive! Use the knife! And play Gears 3 with me, or I'll kidnap you. Did we play Gears 3, Lambent? I'm sure we played Gears 3, and we played Gears 3, didn't we? I'm sure we did. And we'll get married and have 100 babies, and I will never die. Mwahaha! From Lambent Valera. It went from confusing to scary baby there. Hundreds of babies. Fuck no. Can only imagine. Can only imagine. Speaking on that kind of topic again as well, like, I'm that kind of, like, 1 or 2 kids max kind of guy, me. Like, I want to be able to focus. I want to be able to focus. Especially after the cats. The cats have been pretty good training, actually. I know a cat isn't a kid, but seriously, we treat our cats the same as what you do a fucking kid, man. Seriously. We treat these cats as well as you do any child. And they've been pretty good practice, actually. They're like training wheels for kids. It's been pretty alright practice. But after having 3 of them, fuck no. Once it goes to 3, it turns into a gang. It's literally you versus them. You got, like, me and Claire on one team, and you've got, like, the cats on the other team. It's like, fuck that, no. No gangs anymore. A cat gang was pretty intense at some points over the last few... They're good as gold nowadays, but sometimes they've been fucking naughty motherfuckers over years. Not nowadays, though. And, what was I going to say now? I've forgotten. Oh, yeah, like, say with kids, though. No, I'm not having no fucking kid gang. No, like, kids versus the parents kind of shit. Fuck that. 2 at most. 2 at most. Yeah, just 2. I wouldn't even mind 1, but just 1 or 2. Kids are not for children. Kids are not for children. Well, I'll leave it up tonight, Sanguine. I'll leave it up tonight at the very least. But like I say, it's probably going to be going to YouTube in a couple of days. The sooner the better, really. So it'll be up on YouTube pretty fast, regardless. But I'll leave it up tonight, just for you, Sanguine. Just for you, dude. Oh, no, I'll leave it up for you tonight. And then I'll because it gets nuked eventually onto. It's not like a case of like I'm removing it when it wouldn't get removed anyway. It'll get removed anyway. Or shall I just highlight it? I'll just highlight the main bit. I'll probably just highlight the main bit, and that's fine. Then I need to start making some highlights anyway. So I'll highlight. I'm sick of seeing. You know when you first fire up my stream and you see the first few fucking highlights. I'm sick of seeing like Castle Crashers, and Guilty Gear, and some Oblivion fucking highlights. I'm sick of seeing them there. They're ancient. I want some new stuff there. So I might make some highlights tonight, which I may as well highlight the entirety of Super Metroid. Why not? It makes for a good fucking highlight. Seems it's all in one video. It's like, here you go, here's a good highlight. It's a full playthrough for you right there. Get to it. You know, it's not bad. What would you name your daughter? And what names would Claire suggest, OTG? I don't know about a daughter's name. Me and Claire were talking about it the other day, actually. Claire's not too sure as well. I can't remember what name. She mentioned a name that she liked, but I'm not sure what it is. But do you know what I think's a nice name? Shay from Game of Thrones. I think Shay is a really nice name. S-H-A-Y-E. S-H-A-Y-E. I think that's a really nice name. But there's a problem. And it's not a case of like I'm naming it after Shay in Game of Thrones. But, you know, the problem is that, you know, I've never heard that name anywhere else. Except for Game of Thrones. And Shay in Game of Thrones is an outright whore. So it's not too great to name your kid after a whore. You know, I think it's a nice name, but I don't think I'd name a kid after a whore. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I think it's a nice name. I think it's a nice name, but it's a bit too strange. And plus, it's a name of a whore from Game of Thrones, so, nah. Miss. Swing miss. Somebody here suggested Lillian. Lillian's not bad. Hey, I tell you something, you know it's getting into the end game for kids. You know when you've been fighting fucking having kids, and you know it's getting into the end game. When you're thinking up names for kids and you're discussing names with your lass and shit like that, it's like, oh. I almost feel like the lass is actually kind of like softening me up here by talking about kids' names and shit like that. This is like a woman's attempt at softening me up towards having kids. Not sure about this at all, but it's alright. It's alright. I'll let this one slide. Alex, it's endgame. Once you start going, the clock's ticking. Once you say the clock is ticking on having kids, and you're starting to discuss names with your lass about kids, the clock is fucking ticking, innit? Ugh. It'll be alright. No, I'm not. No, it'll be alright, I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have any it's not like, oh, I don't think I'll be a good dad or all like that. It's not like that. And it's like, oh, I don't think Claire will be a good mum or all like that. It's not like that. It's just, like I said, I just don't know. It feels like I just want just a little bit more. A bit more from life, yeah. I just want to squeeze those extra few years out. And then have kids. I don't know, like I say, I guess that's kind of being a bit selfish on my part, but it's not like Claire's clamouring for kids yet. So it's no big deal quite yet. It's not like I'm being selfish and all like that, going, well, Claire wants kids, but I don't, so, you know, my way. It's not like that. Not yet. It's not like that. And to be honest, as soon as it does get like that, I'll concede. I will. I'll cave. As soon as she puts any she hasn't put no pressure on me. As soon as she puts serious pressure on me, yeah. I'll cave. I'll feel too selfish otherwise. I will. It was true. John Sean is indeed correct. It would be selfish having kids without being